All right, guys, it's your boy DJ Marb here, back at it with another video. I'm here with my buddy Ryan, and he's a dental HPSP student. He's just going to talk to you a little bit about the dental HPSP because, you know, there's not really a lot of good content out there, and I want to make sure that, you know, those of you who are thinking about dental HPSP, I know I have gotten some comments from some dental kids talking about this. So he's going to talk to you about the dental side and kind of like what the process is like. I know I learned some things that I didn't really know about. I just assumed they were the same.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up aces, aces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies, and they celebrate my medals, or they want to take my trophies.
So anyway, why don't you go ahead and talk to them about, you know, just some general stuff about the application process.
Sure. So, like you said, I applied for the HPSP scholarship in college, my senior year of college, and I knew I wanted the 4-year scholarship. And I think that's the only way to get the 4-year scholarship is to do it while you're in undergrad. Because while you're in dental school, when you get accepted, you can also apply for the 3-year and the 2-year HPSP, which I think are a little bit less competitive than the 4-year. But for that application, it's pretty simple. You just get in touch with the recruiter. You can go on the Air Force website. I did the Air Force, or you could look at Navy or Army. All three are very good options. The reason why I chose Air Force was because my dad was in the Air Force, my uncle and my grandpa enlisted in the Air Force, so I just felt like that was the right fit for me. And they talked to me a little bit about that branch of the military, so I just felt like that's just something that I wanted to pursue. With that application process, it's pretty simple. You just have to write a few paragraph essays and just answer these questions. Get the letters of rec and everything, and then there's some requirements to even be able to interview for the HPSP. For dental, when I applied, you need a 20 on the DAT and you need a 3.6 GPA, I believe, in order to apply. And after all that stuff gets sent out, you'll either get an interview or not. I'm from Nebraska, so my interview was at Offutt Air Force Base. So I interviewed there and heard back, I want to say 2 months after my interview, whether I got it or not. I actually got accepted to the 4-year HPSP before I got accepted to dental school. So I thought that was interesting because then I interviewed at 3 places, 3 dental schools, and then I sent 3 emails to those dental schools to the deans, just saying how I got accepted into this program. And that's just kind of a way to, you know, just keep updated with information, and just, you know, we talked about it on my dental interviews that I was applying for this, so just touching base with them again was kind of a big step, I think, and getting accepted to dental school, because I took the non-traditional route of dental school. I didn't get a degree, so I think that kind of helped me speedline that process too. So that's about it.
Yeah, so you said that, you know, they have a minimum of a 20 on the DAT, and is there a score that you can get that automatically, like, gives you, that automatically accepts you into the program? Because I know for me, when I took the MCAT, it was, you know, you had to have 500 minimum to apply, and then, but if you had a 503 and a 125, you were automatically pre-selected for the HPSP program, and so I didn't have to interview because I was pre-selected, and then I just got fast-tracked into the application process. Is there something similar to that?
I'm not sure if there's a score that automatically gets you an interview. I know depending on what state you're in, it might have different competitiveness, I guess, but I got a 23 on the DAT, and I had a 3.61 GPA or something like that. So I barely fit the requirement for the GPA. My DAT was a little bit above what they're asking, and I thought my resume was a little bit above average because I was pretty involved in college and I had a lot of research background and stuff that I did in undergrad. So I think they weigh heavily on the interview too. So when they interviewed me, they asked me questions like, why'd you get a C in organic chemistry but a 26 on the DAT in organic chemistry? So they're kind of like, you know, backtracking your story to make sure that you can like follow up with, why'd you do bad this way, or what did you do to make up for it? And my interview was pretty laid back. It was just a one-on-one interview, and I was in this lady's office for 30 minutes. We just shot the breeze, and then she gave me a tour. And I was always told, your interview starts right when you open the door. So on that tour, she's asked me questions too. So I think they weighed heavily on the interview, and I think they looked pretty good at your resume and just like how you carry yourself throughout that process.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Definitely some differences on like what I had to go through versus what the dental has to go through. It sounds like a lot of the, you know, the DAT and the requirements are actually a little bit harder to satisfy than they are for medical school. Can you just go ahead and walk us through generally what the timeline looks like for HPSP through the dental school?
Sure. Yeah, we don't do officer training until we get our license after dental school. So I'm going to be in my 4th year at dental school this year. I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. And before dental school started, I did MEPS, which is the physical, it's just like the physical training program that they have. They make you do the duck walk and stuff like that. It's about an 8-hour physical, so it starts at 6 in the morning. They provided me a hotel in Omaha, Nebraska, because I was going to school in Kearney at the time, which is 3 hours west of Omaha. So they provided me a hotel for the night before, and woke up at 5 that morning, got to the MEPS facility at 6, and it was about an 8-hour process of just taking height, weight, vitals, just random things. And that's basically the only thing you do in the Air Force for dentistry before you get your license as a dentist. So don't really talk to any recruiters or any airmen or anything like that while in school, but you just need to be in good standing while you're in dental school, which I think is a 2.5 GPA in dental school. It's either a 2.0 or 2.5, but as long as you're studying and, you know, you're keeping up with classes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it sounds, you know, the HPSP for dental school and med school, you know, it's a very similar program, but there are some key differences. I didn't know that they had absolutely no contact during dental school, like whereas we have our summer programs and our summer trainings, we have to go to our rotations, and then they prefer us to go to COP before school starts, whereas, you know, they go after. I think that's very interesting, and it's just go in, do your time at school, and then your 5 years, and then you can get out if you want. But for us, you know, we have our 4 years of school, then we have the residency requirement for our training, and then we serve our time, however long medical school was or how long the residency is, whatever's longer. So yeah, thanks Ryan for speaking to them today. I'm sure if you guys have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I'll have Ryan look at the you know, check the YouTube channel every once in a while, make sure he's answering these questions, or if I see anything I can answer, I'll answer him or send him his way. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're not a part of this family, please hit that subscribe button. I'm sure there's more content coming you this way. Hit that like button, comment down below. Anyway, Student Physician out.